It's hard to think of another moment in fashion that would be this significant, the transition from old guard to new.
And I think especially that it was handled in quite a different way, that it was Oscar that was really thinking about the future of his house. Fortunately, identified me as someone that he wanted to take it forward, and that's quite unusual. So already that's quite a special situation, and then obviously with his passing, which was not at all how we had planned things, because I wanted to work with Oscar and we were going to work alongside over several seasons, but for me it's still very important to honour his legacy here today.
I felt the collection was very reverent, but that probably wasn't necessarily something you were focused on necessarily. Continuing the legacy isn't necessarily about reverence.
That's very true, and I didn't really have time to think about it in a great deal. The collection was put together in 3 months. I started in November, and there was some very good reference material for Oscar, some great books. So I just looked at those. I spoke to a lot of people. I really wanted to hear stories about him, to just learn more about him and identify who he really was, even if probably a lot of it I knew already.
You carry the torch, but you want it to be about you as well. So how do you feel you did that in this collection?
I think there was some kind of quite pared down silhouettes for evening, the long column dresses in prints, the long sleeves. So that on one hand felt slightly more minimal for Oscar. And then, on the other hand, the shorter length, something a little more frivolous. I think that is something very much about me. And I think one of the things that was quite a conscious decision was to finish on a short cocktail dress rather than the long gowns that had preceded it. And I just felt it gave a fresher spirit. It wasn't necessarily following the tradition.